Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be building yet another custom keyboard. Today's build is going to be made up of the holy pandas from Drop. You probably know them as Mass Drop. They just recently changed their name. I've no idea why. Either way, these switches were something I've always wanted to try out for myself. I've heard so much about it. I've seen so many videos of people using them in your builds, and now that I finally get a chance to use them, I'm just really excited. I know there was some beef in the keyboard community regarding the factory lubing, and I get it. That can be really annoying, but as a beginner, it didn't cause any huge issues, so I didn't really mind. We also have the GK61 hot swappable 60% RGB keyboard PCB and case, as well as 60% OEM profile PBT keycaps, both from Banggood. Big thank you to Banggood for sending me these products. Alright, let's get started off with these keycaps, if I can take them out of the goddamn plastic. My god. Okay, this is gonna take a while, just bear with me. And a little shake, and okay, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so today's build is pretty simple. The case, PCB, stabilizers, and cable all came in one neat package. That means that we don't have to spend any time lubricating stabilizers ourselves, as it all came pre-lubed. Now, for some people, this can be quite scary, as they like full control of how much lube goes into the keyboard, but I can also see how this can save a lot of time for people that just want to get started and try things out. The case itself is made out of some pretty sturdy plastic. It doesn't provide the same premium feel as the aluminum case we used previously, but naturally, this won't break your wallet and is a far better choice for beginners in my opinion. The overall design is really nice. I like how clean it is, and again, it all came pre-assembled, which is a definite plus for me. Now comes the painful, long-winded process of lubing the switches. For those of you who watched my previous video, you know that I cut my finger while opening up my switches. But this time, I came prepared. I finally got myself a switch opener. It's a small little device that allows you to easily open up a switch for lubing. It makes it so much easier and saves so much time, because the manual method is to open it using a screwdriver. Now, I didn't want to buy a switch opener, so instead, I 3D printed one myself. At my college, we have a 3D printer, so I just quickly stole a USB and made one before anyone noticed. If my teachers are watching this, please don't kill me. Alright, now with our switch opener, we can begin. Like I said before, the holy pandas came pre-lubed in the factory. To some people who preferred unlubed switches out of the box, it was a massive inconvenience. And some people didn't really mind at all. Really, it all just comes down to personal preference. There are a lot of people who really care about each and every switch, while there are others who don't really mind slight inconsistencies or are willing to lube it themselves again. I ended up going through every switch, wiping all the lube off, and then re-lubing it myself. This might cause a few inconsistencies with my switches, but I genuinely don't mind, and I'm really happy with the end product. Alright, so as we continue to lube more and more switches, we can then start to put them into the keyboard. Actually putting the switches into the keyboard is probably my favorite part of any keyboard build. Because it's a hot swap PCB, I don't have to spend any time soldering the switches, so I don't run any risk of ruining the PCB when soldering or over soldering something. I can just sort of put it in and it just clicks. It's so satisfying. One of my favorite things about this case is just how well it holds on to the switches. Once you push it in and it clicks, it makes the most satisfying sound ever. And plus, you don't have to worry about your switches ever falling out, even if it is a hot swap PCB. After hours of lubing and listening to podcasts, I can finally put the final switches into the keyboard. And now we can start to put on the keycaps. And man, for the price, it does a really good job of just being a nice, simple, clean keycap set that can go with any keyboard. The main white with the red, blue, and gray accents just complement the black color case I have, and it just works so well. If you guys are beginners trying to get into the mechanical keyboard scene, I highly recommend these parts. You can click the link in the description below if you're interested in getting these parts. And now with the final key in place, you can begin to see just how nice the case really looks. Plus with the holy pandas, they feel and sound great. Yep. I really like this keyboard. It's really affordable, completely worth it, and is a great starter kit for beginners. I highly recommend it to anyone looking to get into custom keyboards. And of course, here's the sound test. Now, the one thing I really wanted to do ever since the beginning of this build is compare these new switches to my previous Zelios V2 switches. The Holy Pandas and Zelios V2 switches are both tactile and they've been used in pretty bespoke builds, so I wanted to get an opinion of my own. And to make it fair, I disassembled both and put the switches into my aluminum case to see which one I preferred. This took way longer than I expected, so I really hope you enjoyed this sound test. So to start off, here are the Holy Pandas in the tofu aluminum case. After a few days of testing, I actually prefer the Holy Pandas to the Zelios V2 switches. In my opinion, they just sound and feel way more tactile and crisp, which is definitely something I really like. If you guys like one switch more than the other, let me know down in the comments below. I'd actually love to know which one you guys preferred. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I apologize for being inactive for a few weeks. I just had some real life stuff I needed to sort out. And once again, if you're interested in building this keyboard yourself, you can go to the link in the description below to purchase these parts for yourself. Banggood has some really good sales coming up, so I recommend you get them before you lose those discounts. Again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.